Journey of the Noble Gnarble by Daniel Errico. Far below the ocean's wave, a gnarble lay in bed. All night long his gnarbled dreams kept swimming in his head. He dreamt a dream of swimming up to see the sky above, lit up by the sun and colors he just knew he'd love. But the gnarbles never swam that high, their fins were much too small. Their tails were thin and floppy, which didn't help at all. This gnarbled like his fins, and had no problem with his tail, so when he woke up he knew that he just wouldn't fail. I'm swimming up above the waves to see the sky of blue. I've never seen it even once, and now it's time I do. But the other narwhals warned him that he shouldn't swim so high, as did the blyefish family that always swam close by. No narwhals ever swam that high, it simply isn't done. Blyefish might just make the trip, but we know you're not the one. Narwhals don't have flappers like all us blyefish do. You don't even have coggers like the swimming gongaloo. But the narwhal didn't listen, and he left his friends behind. No silly blyefish family could ever change his mind. He swam up past the boulders made of spongy gishy-gosh, and flew right by the herd of floating, feeding fipplefosh. His fins were getting tired, but he knew he couldn't stop, so he kept swimming faster, trying hard to reach the top. Just then, a hungry warkle blocked the narwhal with his fin. He grabbed him by his tail and brought him to his chin. I've never had a narwhal. This would be a tasty treat, but you're much too thin and tiny for big old me to eat. So the narwhal just kept swimming and didn't dare to stop until he heard the sound of a great big bubble pop. He turned around to see that he was in a bit of trouble. The sound he heard was that of a silver subble-lubble. The narwhal tried to hide somewhere that he could safely stay, but the subble-lubble saw him and was heading right his way. "Oh, Mr. Subble-lubble, please don't eat me up for lunch. I'll bring a yummy plant instead for you to sit and munch." "I've never seen a narwhal try to swim this high before. What is it, little fishy, that you're up here looking for?" "If I could see the sky just once, I'd be a happy fish. To do one flip above the waves would be my only wish." "Well, sorry, silly narwhal, but I cannot let you go. It's subble-lubble dinner time, you should have stayed below." The narwhal cowered back in fear and shook from fin to fin, but then he saw a school of fish called Shinny Glimmy Glyn. The Glimmy Glyn swam right past the subble-lubble's face, and the narwhal grabbed a glimmy fin and quickly left that place. The narwhal swam up higher still until he saw some light. He knew it had to be the sun, and oh, was it a sight. Closely by, a plink was sleeping, lying on his back. He rubbed his giant belly as he dreamed about a snack. The narwhal smiled happily and set his fins a-swimming, but he didn't see the plink wake up, for he was busy grinning. The narwhal almost made it to the surface of the sea, but the plink chomped down and swallowed him as if he were a pea. The narwhal sat inside the plink and started softly crying. He'd never make it out, so was there any point in trying? But the narwhal knew he'd come too close to quit and give up now. There must be some way out of here. There's got to be somehow. So the narwhal swam around inside, trying very hard to think, and while he did, his floppy tail was tickling the plink. The plink was very ticklish, and he couldn't hold it in. He tried to cover up his laugh with his giant plinkish fin. But his mouth was open long enough for the narwhal to swim free. He swam so fast the hungry plink did not have time to see. Far above the ocean floor, above the narwhal's homes, above the blyefish families and dancing water gnomes, above the swimming gongaloo and slimy dundle-dun, a narwhal flipped above the waves and smiled at the sun. The end.